Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nida Fatima Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology, Bhopal School of Social Sciences. In the previous model, we discussed about the heredity factors, laws of heredity and the abnormalities related to the heredity. Now today we will be looking into the environment. The main objective is the role of environment and environmental factors in growth and development. Now, as we see that human growth and development is influenced by several factors, many of which are beyond our control, while heredity and gene certainly play a large role in terms of determining size and health. There are also environmental factors at play, and understanding of these environmental factors can help individuals and communities to play a part in ensuring that human growth and development are not adversely affected. Environment refers to all conditions to which an individual is subjected to in the course of development, starting from fetal development to old age. It comprises of prenatal conditions such as mother's age, nutritional intake, health status, medical care, drugs, postnatal conditions such as child rearing practices, cultural expectations, experiences, facilities, and opportunities. So, based on its nature, environment is divided into two: prenatal environment and postnatal environment. Prenatal environment, it is also called as internal or intrauterine environment where the child grows. In this prenatal environment, let us look into the very first point, that is age of mother. The ideal age for healthy childbirth falls between 25 to 30 years of age of the mother. However, other factors being ideal, women can deliver healthy babies even up to 40 years. But the tendency for later age pregnancies being unsuitable for healthy growth of fetus is also true. It is found that a woman after 35 years of age could produce irregular or abnormal eggs, which result in Down syndrome, leading to mental retardation in the child. Next is maternal nutrition. The developing fetus derives food from the bloodstream of the mother through the placenta and umbilical cord. Any nutritional deficiency in the mother's food intake would result in nutritional deficiency in the fetus, and its growth suffers. Low birth weight, premature and stillbirth can result from such a condition. Next, let us look into the maternal diseases. When a mother is exposed to German measles, it would result in mental retardation and physical abnormalities in the babies. Next, emotional stress. This also influences the fetus through glandular changes, which could result in complicated deliveries and miscarriages. Now let us look into the radiation factor. Frequent exposure to X-rays during pregnancy, this may result in developmental disorders such as microcephaly, stunted growth, macrocephaly, and cleft palate. Now let us look into the drugs. Some drugs that the mother may consume have severe negative effects on the fetus. Especially drugs like amphetamine may lead to negative effect on brain development. The main important factor is also Rh incompatibility. Difference with blood composition of fetus and mother leads to biochemical incompatibility. So here the Rh negative mother produces antigens which enter into fetal bloodstream. Antibodies are formed in the fetus through placenta. RBC of fetus is destroyed and it prevents the supply of oxygen to fetus resulting in erythroblastosis, that is destruction of RBC. So here, according to this Rh incompatibility, the firstborn children are not affected by this blood incompatibility since the antigens are not yet developed by the mother's blood. The next pregnancy could become problematic for the fetus. Now let us look into the postnatal environment. It is called external environment as well. Based on quality of environment, it is further divided into two, that is enriched environment and impoverished environment. The first one is enriched environment. It provides stimulation to the child and enhances inherited potentialities. An enriched environment provides child with opportunities for exploration and to realize its strengths and inborn capacities. It is rich in verbal, social, and physical stimulation. It provides variety and quality in the interaction with the child to channelize its inbuilt potentials. An optimal, enriched environment is one which is carefully constructed according to the needs and abilities of the child. Impoverished environment. It is a kind of environment where even basic needs of the child are not fulfilled. It does not provide scope and opportunity for child's growth and development, child's inner potentials, and does not cater to the child's optimal development. On the contrary, it hampers the child's potentials and capacities for development. So today we have discussed about the environmental factors, prenatal environmental factors and postnatal environmental factors, and we have understood that both heredity and environment together play equally important role in the formation of human nature. In the next module, definitely we will be discussing about structural level of environment according to Bronfenbrenner and how heredity and environment work together.